Fellow Rotarians and guests, it's a pleasure once again in welcoming you back, welcoming you all. It's amazing to see familiar faces we haven't seen in a while. Truly appreciate your time and effort in joining in these calls. Definitely, as has already been discussed, it's the unusual circumstances, but I appreciate your dedication and commitment in your attendance and being part of our club meetings and attending these meetings. We've been having amazing speakers lately. Thanks to the team, thanks to Faisal, thanks to everyone that participated. I'm quite happy. We've had a good amount of experienced professionals come on our weekly call on some really important topics. And of course, not least bad, of course, today's discussion. We have today, of course, as you're aware, our esteemed Professor Dr. Waheeb Alnaser, who is the Vice President at the University of Bahrain. And of course, a colleague, I know him very well. It's great to see you again, Dr. Waheeb. It's fantastic to see you and such opportunities to discuss this topic. I just wanted to highlight a couple of points regarding an important announcement later this month. We will be having a joint handover. So of course, most of you are familiar. We have these joint handover events closer to the end of the Rotary year, which is this year at the end of this month. That will be happening on the 29th of June. And it will be it will start around 5 p.m. Monday, 29th of June at 5 p.m. The event will cover a couple of points. So talking about main achievements, having the both boards, current and the incoming boards together, having speeches from the presidents. Of course, let me be clear, this is a joint handover, I believe for all clubs, all Rotary clubs are happening on that joint handover, which is always an amazing event. So I hope that all of you will make it to that day, the 29th of June at 5 p.m. It'll be great to hear more about the accomplishments and achievements this year and going into next year as well, and hearing from everyone on that as well. Another quick announcement is regarding, I believe this weekend, we have the, I believe it's the Rotary, let me get this straight, the Rotary International Virtual Conference. It's happening this weekend on the 20th and 21st of June. So I really recommend everyone to have the opportunity to go and to go online in this virtual conference. I have to admit, I haven't been to a Rotary International conference, but I hear it's an amazing conference with incredible topics and initiatives that are happening on a global scale on Rotary. So I'm really looking forward to this one, even though it's virtual, but it gives me hope that in the next year, inshallah, we get the chance to go to to visit these international conferences, the Rotary Conference. So that's happening on the 20th and 21st of June. So I believe, Faisal, this is just a brief from my end regarding the introductions. Shall we go ahead now and present the speaker? Or
sure, yes. I can take it from here.
Okay.
Thank you very much, immediate past President Sheikh Abdullah, especially chairing the meeting in such a last minute. We appreciate it a lot. So before I begin introducing the guest speaker, just one more thing I forgot to add in the agenda is that today is World Day to combat desertification and drought. Like desert, desertification. It's a day to observe that the world is due to humanity's manipulation of the environment. The world is becoming more and more into a desert. So basically, it's a day to recognize that. And also, I would like to welcome District Governor-elect Mazen Amran. There he is, he's waving, and I'm waving back to him now. Thank you for joining us today. And of course, Assistant Governor Fareed Boushehri. He's here somewhere. I'm assuming he's waving to me now. There he is. Hello, hi, thank you for waving. Okay, so I'll introduce the guest speaker. I will read off his biography. I'm going to try to read his biography and upload his presentation at the same time. I'm going to see if I'm successful or not. I'm going to see if I'm multitasks. Let's see. Okay, here's his presentation. It's up. All right. So Professor Waheeb Alnaser is the Vice President for the Academic Programs and Higher Students, University of Bahrain. He is the President of Middle East Region of the International Solar Energy Society and Chairman of the Bahrain Astronomical Society. Professor Alnaser authored and co-authored more than 120 journals, scientific papers, and wrote 40 books in physics, astronomy, renewable energy, environmental, and traffic physics. Professor Alnaser is the founder of the JAAUBAS and the General Secretary for the Arab Renewable Energy Association. His area of expertise is in material physics. Material physics, I lost my place. His area of material, particularly in the ultrasonic attenuation, sorry, I can't pronounce that word, in metals at low and room temperatures, renewable energy, astronomy, astrophysics, environmental physics. So please welcome our guest, Professor Waheeb. So I called you Waheeb Alnaser. Let me see if I can unmute you. For some reason, Zoom is being, sorry, Professor, I'm trying to unmute you, Basmati. Can you unmute yourself from your end?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I am.
Can
you make the presentation a slideshow? Because yes. I think there should be some animation. Yeah, good. Right. Okay. I was asked to first good afternoon to you, and I was asked to make the presentation in English. So I have to pay for this. It's no problem. I can think it's to make it more beneficial. I think our concentration will be based on the partial deep, I call it deep solar eclipse that will be witnessed on Sunday, on 21st of June, this coming Sunday, which is in fact the 29th of Shawwal. What does it mean this? It is, we are going to witness the beginning of the birth of crescent Shawwal. So this is very rare moment that you can see. When you see the eclipse, you are seeing the actual birth of the crescent. So this means by default, from astronomical point of view, next day is the beginning of the lunar month. So that means if we are going to witness the birth of the crescent, Dhul Qa'dah, so that means on Monday should be the first of Dhul Qa'dah, because we have witnessed, we have seen the baby is coming. You see, you have witnessed the delivery. So it is like this. It is very rare moment, and I think maybe Allah, God make this one for a challenge for astronomer to convey people that astronomical calculation is very accurate. So usually this position when there is the moon and the sun and the earth are on one line, so the angles between them zero, then you have to, from mathematical, you have to convert it to time, and then to tell the people they are all in one line, so one of the object will eclipse the other. So the moon will eclipse the sun, and you can tell the time, how it looks like, where it's going to be, and all the people worldwide, they will witness this and they will tell you whether it is right or wrong. And you can see, I think from our experience, now I think we have witnessed a lot of solar eclipse. It is accurate by 99.99%. So let me go through the presentation first. Yeah, if you don't mind, go to the first page. Right. The last deep solar eclipse. When I say deep, that's mean if you are walking around, you will feel there is something wrong. You see, you will feel that the solar intensity is less than normal. You feel there is a change. So if you have a quick glance without using glasses, you will see something like covering the sun, but never go deep. It's just you should really make it very, very short. Otherwise, you have to use the special solar glasses we are going to provide. I don't know how could we deliver it to the members. So thank goodness for the sponsor, Kuwait Financial House. So we are making about 3,000 solar eclipse glasses, but with very high quality this time from a company provide films to NASA for this purpose, for cameras. So the last time we had witnessed was very soon. It was on the 26th of December. And it was also a lunar eclipse. But you can see our photographer, Osama, you can see it, he's down. He have taken shots from the beginning. You see, we didn't see the first phase. We see the second half of the phase. Where you can see in the top. I don't know whether you see my pointer or not. You are not seeing my pointer. Okay. Faisal, are you listening to me? No.
Yes, I'm listening. Sorry, I was...
Do you see the pointer or not?
We can see it, Doctor. We can see it.
All right. So, and then this is the beginning. It was early morning. So we have to be awake by 5 o'clock to prepare ourselves. And you can see how is the shape. You see the black is the moon covering the sun disk. Then after 10 minutes, you can see the shape is because sun is going up a little bit, and then it turns again. It's like a twist. And then you can see the moon is also now leaving, until it is actually departing the eclipse. And it was here at this point, it's completely finished. So that was on 26 December 2019. Now we are going to witness another one, but that was deep. It was 92%. It was very interesting. But this one which is coming will be 80%. Also it is deep. Because also if we miss this one, then we have to wait for 20 March 2034. It is deep. It is 92. And it will be on Monday. But surely I'm not there. So, so let us go to the next slide. So usually astronomy, the good thing is you can put everything because all the objects move in a very uniform, motion, and the mathematics become very strong. We understand more about how the wobbling of objects and the motion, the speed, with the explosion, everything, they correct a lot of the equations. And we are able to do a calendar showing exactly how the moon looks like every night and when will be the eclipse. So you see, we had both here, like for June, we had anticipated that there is what you call it, penumbral, okay, penumbral. It's not umbral, penumbral. That means the moon goes in the semi-shade, not the full shade. Lunar eclipse. So there was a lunar eclipse, but penumbral, people do not see the moon eclipse, but only changing color, and it was partial. And then the calendar shows, oh, there is another eclipse, which is solar eclipse. and the peak will be at 9:40 on the globe. But also it is the beginning also, synchronizing with the beginning of the summer. So summer usually enters in the 21st or 22nd June. And this time is coming in the same day. So there's lunar eclipse and it is the beginning day of summer. So when I say beginning day of summer, that means the highest solar intensity will be received on the noon of 21st, and it will be the longest daytime hours and the highest solar radiation. And this will be again happening. You will have like the beginning of the summer from astronomical point of view, and the solar eclipse. This will happen after 300 years. And then interestingly, on the 5th of July, there will be another also lunar eclipse. So this becomes like a sandwich. So you have a lunar eclipse, then solar eclipse, then another lunar eclipse. So the solar eclipse is between, and all they are successive months. So it is very interesting. And it happens, this happens. You see, there is no, don't attribute this one to any disasters or any pessimistic upshifts or corona or something. It's nothing to do with this. Go next, please. Next. Right. You can see the eclipse will start from here. And then you see this strip, dark strip in the middle. Those people who are staying in this dark strip, they will see the total annular solar eclipse. So they will see the sun, but not fully covered, but the moon is really in between. So you can see small ring around it. So it's like a silver ring in the sky. And then you can see start from Africa, but it will go in different areas. Like I think these people here, maybe Oman, they might witness also a total annular solar eclipse, also India, and then you go to China and other places. So this is trip. Now, what about this one here, the reddish one? We had missed it, but also they will see it up to 90%. If you go beyond, see here this line, this one is more clear. You can see there's Saudi Arabia in a certain area here. They will see the very close, maybe just in the border to Yemen. They can see the total lunar annular solar eclipse. You see, this is Bahrain. So this line, you see this line, it shows 80%. See this line, all the countries here, they will see it 80%. And then here, 60% and 40%, 20%. It is a long trip. It is maybe about 14,500 kilometers. And the speed, you can, I think you have seen in the animation, there is, I will show you now, that it is really moving with a speed of 0.7 kilometers in a second. So that's mean in 10 seconds, it will move for 6 kilometers. So it will be a long trip. So it will take about, you see, 5 hours, and it's about 6 hours from here to here. So people here will witness it. Some people here also, they will have dark, I mean, it will be at night. So, I mean, sorry, it will be night at dusk. Now in Bahrain, it will start from 7:15 morning. And the peak, this is the most important. Try to watch this. Don't miss it. It will be at 8:30, right? Try, if you are adult, have a quick glance on it. Very quick glance to the sun. Just very quick, just like this. Very quick. You will see there is something wrong. Then you can wear this and then watch it. It will finish. You will see the sun very clear out of eclipsing at 10 o'clock, right? So the timing here, you have it there. I think, as I said, we are going to witness a full annular solar eclipse. It was witnessed on 13 April 1763, but we will see an annular solar eclipse in Bahrain on the 28th of September 2201. But you will see a total solar eclipse, not annular. It will be on the 3rd of September 2081. Go next, please. Now, it's interesting. We, the Arabs, we always, they call it, there is the moon mansion. And because before there was no calendar. So people, after they finish the prayer, after they leave, they just see the east direction, and they see very close to the horizon. They will see, like when I said that when he extend his hand, about 5 fingers, above this, he will see like stars, and these stars will move, go higher up, and then after 13 days, another stars will come. So like every 13, it's like a calendar. So he knows what will happen during this 13. He study what's going on. So this is his calendar. After he after he finished the prayer, he watch the sun and see for 13 days, he see the atmosphere, how it looks like, how is the weather, how is the, what type of fish is available, fruit and other things. So this is called tawali'. Tawali' that's mean tatla' fajran, right? So people during that nowadays, after you finish the prayer, if you watch the east, you will see a thuraya. So this is Pleiades. And when people see the thuraya, they know that it is a very hot season. They know it will be terrible because they said, إِذَا طَلَعَ النَّجْمُ اتُّقِيَ اللَّحْمُ. They stop eating meat because it is bad. It's very heavy. وَخِيفَ السَّقْطِ. People get sick. It's too high. وجرى السحاب على وكذلك قالوا they said إذا طلع النجم فالحر في حدم. You are going to witness the heat. But also they say very nice thing. Also they say they talk in the behalf of the tree. The tree says, give me Pleiades, أعطني ثريا, I will give you color. أعطيك لون. أعطني ثريا أعطيك لون. So after the eclipse, you will see this green dates will become either yellowish or blue. So this heat is important to give the growth of the fruit. So this is just, I want to link it. So after this eclipse, maybe you will see the date palms will have to change the color because the solar intensity reaches 1,200 watt per meter square when you hear the Dhuhr adhan. Next, please. Now we always advise people just to not watch the sun directly. They have to use special, and I think I'm going to contact Faisal to provide this with you. And what we do test on these glasses. Next, please. So we did so far, I think about 70,000 glasses. Thanks for the company. So we never sell them. And this time we are producing a very special film. It is certified by 6 companies. This is ISOs, and they are very, very safe. And I think hopefully we are going to provide you maybe to be able to see the eclipse using this special filter. Next, please. Next. Can you click? No, back. It's okay. There is no icon here. Click. This should move. Nothing? Okay, go to the next. Unfortunately, you can see this is the shadow of the moon. It's moving around, moving. You see, until the end. So this big shadow here they will see people. They will see total solar eclipse, but up and down they will see partial. So when it comes here, we are seeing the partial solar eclipse. Right. Next, please. And this time we are going to see the phases from beginning until the maximum, which is 80%, until the end, which is good, and it is good time, but you have to wake up early morning. Right. Next. Next. Now this is what's happening. is, in fact, you are here. This is the Earth, this is the Moon, and this is the Sun. So if the Moon is close to the Earth and far from the Sun, so it will cover the whole sun disk. So here people will see, they will see total eclipse. Here and here they will see partial. But if the Moon is far from the Earth, like this time, and people go to the sea, they know the sea level is lower, so they know it is the Moon is far. It's I think farthest distance from the Earth during this period, right? This month we call it مو مايت الهلال لا اللي هو ثبر هلال. So people here will see the I can't see here. Okay. So people will see it as annular eclipse, right? And people here in this region, they will see partial. Next, please. And this is just another thing, how to see the annular, and this is how to see the total eclipse. So what determines the things is the distance from see the Moon here in the apogee, fil awaj. See the Moon here in the perigee, because it's a large distance, small distance. So this is in perigee, and this is in apogee. هني في الأوج في الحضيض وهني في الأوج. فهذا دليل أن when you see annular, so this means the Moon is at the farthest distance to the Earth. Next, please. And again here now this is the solar eclipse. Now for the lunar eclipse, in fact, the Moon goes behind the Earth. So the shadow of the Earth, you see, stop the brightness of the Moon. So here we say the lunar eclipse is there. And the only difference is the solar eclipse, only certain regions they can see it. But the lunar eclipse, any place on the globe whom they have night, they will see the lunar eclipse. But solar eclipse, not all countries will see it. It is very small strip. Next, please. Now, this is exactly what will happen as a time. You can see this is in the beginning, 7:15. The sun will be at 76 degrees. Upward the direction. It's not east before east at elevation of 30 degrees. In the partial, the maximum, it will be at 80. So look at the east. East is 90, is before east, and it will be 47. So most of the buildings, they don't cover 47. So fine, you will see unless you are very close to a building. And then the end, you will see there. I cannot see at the end of the screen. Go next, please. And this is how it looks like. Now, this is the whole phases simulation, right? And so you can see here, this is the peak. It looks like this. See, this is a program, our program. This is another program. And see, they look like each other, right? And this is at different times. So this one is like this, right? Next. So we are, in fact, witnessing the birth of the Qa'dah. So that's means next day will be the Monday, we are going to have the face of the Qa'dah. And if you have my book, which is every year I produce this, there is a table here. It will tell you all the solar eclipse from 2020 up to 2100. So you can see there will be a total solar eclipse on the 3rd of September 2081. There is another deep solar eclipse, right, which is here, 20 March. You can see here, 0.9. So whenever this number is high, that means the solar eclipse is high. You have to multiply by 100. Like next year, we are going to have, now this is the one, which is some people, they say it is 80%, but people would win as 76. After 2 years, 25th October, we are going to see one, but it is about 40%, right? So 40% difficult to notice it unless you are really watching it using this. You will not feel much of the difference in the sky. Can you go next, please? The nearly finishing. Yeah, now, so the eclipse had happened. From Sharia point of view, you cannot say tomorrow is the beginning of the lunar month. No. You have to wait at sunset. And people must see the moon, or at least they know that the birth has happened before sunset. This is one condition. Second condition, the moon should be above the horizon, right, by a certain time after the birth. So it was born in the morning, and the peak is 9:20, I think 9:20 morning. Now, during sunset, after the sunset, you can see the crescent like this. And then it will stay like 24 minutes. So it's good to watch this if you have a good eye, and if there is also clear location, there is no artificial, no dust, you can see it. But this is definitely fine, and people will declare face of the Qa'dah. During that time, we are going to have, like after the eclipse, after we pray, we just see the east side, we will see Ad-Dabaran. And this is the star, red star in the Taurus, and it's represent the eyes of the, what you call it, the bull or the Taurus. You can see this is the bull or Taurus. So this is the eye. They call it Ad-Dabaran because it always goes behind this star goes behind the constellation. And they said, إذا طلع الدبران يبست القدران. All the, they call it the jerba, become very dry. But they put water, become very dry because it's high solar radiation. وتوقدت الخزان. وكرهت النار. You heat to eat something cooked, hot. You heat to stay in a hot environment. واستعرت الذبان. You'll see the flies come to your place. They just invaded your house because they want to escape from the hot weather. They need a shadow. وعطش العربان. Every people feel thirsty. So this is, go next, please. In fact, as I said, the next coming one, it will look like this. On 20th March 2034, and it will be also from 1 p.m. to 3:43. Very suitable time, but I think I will be in a grave, right? Okay, next, please. And this is how it will look like, all the timing. So I just want to show you, even I bought this one in my special glasses. I bought this event, and I'm just making a special gift for people so that people remembers me after 14 years. I'm passing away, just it is there, right? Next, please. Can you press them? Can you see the video? Yeah, it's not running. There is something wrong. You didn't have the player. Okay, just go next. You go next. And this is, you see, for people who, yeah, the no picture, yeah. This is called the analema, where the interesting things we are talking about season. Usually, if you face the west, and where we are now, we are in June, right? You will see at 4 o'clock, you will see the sun here. Now, if you come at the same time at 4 o'clock, but in March, you will see the sun here. If you come in December, you will see the sun here. So the sun moves. You see, this is because Rabbul Mashriqaini wa Rabbul Maghribain. But the exact north and west only happens in 2 days, in 2 dates. It's 21st of June, sorry, 21st of March and 21st of September, where you know what is exactly the east and what is the west. So this is called the Anamila. I think I finish up to here. Go next, I think. And thank you for listening.
Thank you very much. That was a very nice presentation. As usual, we will take some questions, and a couple of members have been typing in the chat. I'll read out each question. Before I begin, as usual, please take a selfie of yourself and send it to me by WhatsApp. Also, some people have been entering the meeting without identifications, just as iPad and iPhone. So if you can identify yourselves in the chat so I can include you in the attendance. Thank you. So as usual, we have a question from Dr. Dhafar, he's been raising his hand for 10 minutes now. I'm trying to unmute him now. Okay, Zoom is being difficult today, so I'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. Excuse me, doctor. Okay, you're on.
Faisal, I'm all right.
Please go ahead.
Professor Waheeb, first of all, thank you very much for joining us. We know how busy you are, and it's an interesting, very interesting presentation. Thank you very much. Doctor, and I just want to ask, with this solar eclipse, which will happen, does it affect the downstairs here, the ground, the floor? Yani, does it affect the sea, the waters? Does it affect our land? Does it affect people? Or it is something that we will watch and enjoy, but it has no repercussion on our earth? Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you for the question. In fact, during the solar eclipse, we are much safer than other days because the heat and the danger rays comes on the normal days where I think high solar radiation coming out of the sun with the high 7% is UV, which is causing cancer. I mean, if you expose for a long time, you feel the heat. Now there is something had covered this heat source. So you feel more comfortable, more nice. So it's nothing, it is more safe. I don't know why people feel pessimistic, but it's in fact, it's one of the ayats. You don't want that, maybe Allah send us a message that He could really cover this sun, which is the source of life, for long. And then the whole globe will be cold. And then you are going to enter what you call it, not a global warming, a global cooling, right? So we are much safe. You see some cultures, you see if a pregnant lady, she feels that during the eclipse, a rays will come and will affect the baby in the womb, which is completely wrong. This is just like legends. Like some people, you see, they, I think before 60 or even 80 years, when there is a solar eclipse, people go out and then they ring the hawan, okay, make noise, because they, in their understanding that there is a big wolf, would, you see, because you see, this all comes from the Greek. They feel that there are two gods, the sun and the sea. And so the sea is the largest object in the sea is the whale. And the sun in the heaven on the sun is the sun. So when they see the sun eclipsed, so they feel that there was a fight between the whale and the sun. So the whale goes there and bites the sun. So they just want to be safe. So they make noise so that the whale gets scared. And you see, anyway, it will pass, it will pass. So that a lot of people, they do dance, or they do singing, they do. But they feel that there was two powers, two gods are fighting with each other. But there is nothing, I think, again, I said, I think the video, which was made, I think, by Osama, I know him, he's like my son. I remember he comes with his father, his rahmatullah alayhi, to watch things. And he sent a message to tell the people, you are wrong. You are following any silly stories. He was even laughing. He was teasing them. And you see, if anyone look at this, you see, and he wants to give a lesson that this is, look, the social media, giving you even any wrong thing, but you add one or two correct, and he was, the two things he put it properly, you see, and he meant it, that there is solar eclipse on 26, and there is a solar eclipse, also annual solar eclipse again on 21st of June. There's two facts, but the whole thing he put it like wrong, nothing to do with Corona. And people, unfortunately, and this is what happened. A lot of, what you call it, food news, things in medicine, in trade, in politics. This is the social media. And he had approved, and you will see a lot of people will watch this video because they are more susceptible to receive something frightening or something not normal. See, people, they started to hate learning proper knowledge. And I think that was message he was going to send it. And he was laughing. You can see it. He was even reading a fashion magazine. But This lesson people should understand. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you very much, Doctor. شكرا. مشكور دكتور وهيب.
Thank you. And Dr. Dhafar, why don't you try typing the chat, question in the chat. I noticed you typed something earlier. Anyway. Well,
It's okay. When I said thank you very much, Professor Waheeb Alnaser. That was my chat. Now Professor Waheeb heard it. So I think it's good enough.
Doctor, we have, sorry, Professor, we have a few questions. So if you can kindly answer them more efficiently, that would be helpful to us. Next question is from Adnan Fakhro. I take it that this is just a phenomenon. Does it have any impact on Earth? What is the significance?
I think I already answered this. It's in fact, I think this solar eclipse, as I said, I think it's like a test for astronomers and also a sign from Allah just to make them frightening. Because Allah mentioned the hadith, He can tell them, look, this sun that you are really relying on it, I could cover it. And He's giving, maybe in a year, you will find there is 7 solar and lunar eclipse, 7, does not go more, right? But at the least, it should have 2, I think 1 or 2. You should have 1. And it was like, I think, test for astronomer. And you see, you give it to different worldwide. So, but there is nothing else that should be giving. Covering the sun means less danger rays coming to the earth. So there's no effect.
Thank you very much.
We are going to have a webinar about this solar eclipse on Thursday. We have many speeches from even the solar activities. I think I will send you the address and you can join us.
Yeah, I think
it will be good speakers.
That would be nice. I think we can send it
9 o'clock until 11:30.
Yeah,
I
think some of the members would enjoy that. Maybe can I distribute your presentation to the members as well?
For sure. It's my honor.
All right, thank you very much. Now, next question from Hamil Khaja. Is it true that the sun kills corona?
No, I answered this. How? No relation between corona and... No, okay, but there is one thing. Sun, not solar eclipse. This is very strange. We literally in the literature, when the corona starts in China, they say this virus cannot survive, and there is scientific research on this. They said cannot survive at a temperature more than 38. And it was published in well-recognized journals. And even they show in the beginning that countries with high relative humidity, high absolute humidity, and high solar radiation, there is less death. So we, as a scientist, even anyone in the what do you call it, virus science, they thought that we are going to receive less infected people. But surprisingly, it is really spreading in cold region, in warm region, in temperate region. So this is why I think some people, they feel that this is not a naturally made virus. Someone had to play with it, because any virus will be active in the place that he was born in. And it will be weak when he goes to a different environment. But nothing to do with the lunar solar eclipse, not at all. But the sun, yeah, it was thought, yeah, okay.
Thank you, Doctor. I had also another question. Is it due to the lockdown? The ozone got repaired? Is that phenomenon correct?
No, that was announced even before the lockdown. Yeah, even before. I think in the beginning of 2000 and in the mid of 2019, scientists, they were very optimistic about this.
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay. We have a question from Sri Nair from the Rotary Club of Manama. What is the increase in radiation during solar eclipse?
No, you can ask what is the decrease of radiation during the solar eclipse. The radiation, usually, it will be 1,000 watt per meter square. During the eclipse at 8:30, we are going to have 80% less radiation. So you must be more happy, more joyful. So it will be cooler, less radiation, UV, infrared, and visible. So we have a wrong concept. Because there is, like you have a source of heat and you are covering it. This is what happened.
All right. We have
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have a question from Sheikh Abdullah. Now, regarding radiation on specific day and time, scientifically speaking, what is actually happening?
Again?
Now, eye-opener. Regarding radiation, okay, Sheikh, would you like to ask this question yourself? Yeah, let me check.
I think it was answered. I wanted to understand more about the radiation. So you're saying it's actually a decrease, and it's great.
Look, it's like this. This is the sun, and this is the earth. If you are vertical, if your axis is 0, like in the 21st of March and 21st of September, so the day and night will be the same, and you have moderate radiation. Now, during summer, where we are, in fact, we are away from the sun. So, but why we feel the heat? Because the earth tiltation is like this. So if you are here, you are leaning toward the sun. And those people in the southern hemisphere, they are leaning away. So their winter is very cold because they are away from the earth, from the sun, right? They tilted away, and they are away, and they are tilted away. So in Australia, they are cold, and the southern pole is much cooler than the northern. Now, what happened when we turn again, and we go to the other side? So in winter, we are like this, but we are close to the sun. So why we are close to the sun and we don't have heat? Because we are tilted away. We are not like this. We are tilted away. So in fact, the seasons are due to the solar declination angle.
Thank you.
All right. I don't see any more questions. So I think I can assume that this is the end of the question round. Oh wait, Osama Eid has
Osama بيتكلم
yeah.
Faisal.
Osama, what's your question?
Hi, Awachi, thank you very much for clarifying.
Can you speak,
Osama.
Can you speak louder, Osama?
Oh wait, I don't have video. Should I put my video on? Yeah, there we go. Thank you very much for clarifying, Doctor.
We still can't hear you. Can you speak louder, please?
Yeah, can you hear me now? Is it?
It's still very low.
How about now?
Much better.
Okay. Thank you very much, Doctor, for clarifying. Obviously, I'm happy that someone actually finds me humorous. And just to clarify, the video was a joke, and there is no reason for you to be optimistic. In 4 days, nothing is going to happen. We're still going to be in lockdown. So unfortunately, some people did not pick up on the small sense, the senses that I put in. But my question is a very simple question. We're going to have a 98% eclipse. So it's not going to be a full eclipse, correct?
No, we are 80% in Bahrain.
Okay.
Why? Yeah, this is that's mean because the moon is far from the earth, so it will not appear to be covering the whole disk.
Yeah, so but even in Oman, in where it's still pre-umbral, not a full eclipse, correct?
Because it is annular.
Yeah.
Annular, never the disk of the moon cover exactly the disk of the sun, right?
Correct.
As I said, they are close. If the moon is close to the earth, then you will see a total eclipse. If it is away, in no way it can cover. It's like if you have your palm and then you are going up and down, you see to cover the building. If I put it close, I can cover full building. If I go away, I can cover part of the building. So this is why they call it the annular, because in the moon in the apogee. But yeah,
excellent.
I like it. By the way, Osama, I don't remember your late father. You used to come at the university.
No, I remember you quite clearly.
But tell you, I have people from Algeria, from Morocco, right? They're sending me. I said, he's just joking. He's teasing you.
I actually just uploaded a video that I worked on today just to clarify that it was a joke, and I hope everybody enjoyed it. And I think I driven my point through that.
How many have seen your video? I think millions.
Probably through WhatsApp millions, but because I could only see whoever used the link on the. I just uploaded another video to clarify because obviously it went viral and some people misunderstood.
It's good to clarify.
Going back to Shafkat Menon's question, why is it dangerous to look at the sun at that time?
Yeah, it's always very dangerous to look at the sun at any time. At any time, you see, during eclipse, even it is less danger. You see, because the sun is covered a little bit, but during the normal days, people don't care to see the sun. You see, who would be interested to see the sun disk? The problem is, when people say there is eclipse, you don't have glasses. People say, oh, where is it? Where it is? So he will just keep. Now, what happened? Your eye, there is a lens. So when you see the sun, so the sun rays will go to the lens, and then the beam of the rays will be concentrated in your retina. And then that's it. It's burned. You spoil your eyes. You remember before we used to take a lens, and if you want to burn anything, just you focus the lens on the object, on a spot, and it will burn. Now the same. So in fact, no need to see the sun. During normal days, people are not interested in seeing the sun. Only kids and some others who really feel, oh, you are so scared or you are so cautious, I have to see it. No. So we always have to warn people not to see the eclipse, because people hear there is a eclipse, but he don't have glasses, say, oh, let me try. And this is the good thing. This is the bad practice. So, and also, even if you use this, no need to stay for very, very long time. Protect your eyes, it's better.
Right, thank you very much. I think that's the end of the question rounds. I don't see any more questions. I'd like to thank everyone. I think we can go, let me unmute Sheikh Abdallah.
Sorry, I have to leave because I have a meeting now.
Okay, thank you very much. You've been very great.
Thank you, I enjoyed it, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Right. So I think we can go straight into the Secretary's report, and then we'll conclude the meeting. So I wrote it here somewhere. Oh, I lost my report. Okay, this is embarrassing. I wrote it one of these papers somewhere. Anyway, there's some makeups from Rotary Club Manama last Sunday, which was just me, and here it is. And meeting, so the meeting on the Rotary Club Manama virtual meeting, 14th of June 2020, was just myself. And Rotary Club Sif Bahrain, yesterday, Tuesday, 16th of June, myself, Sabahat, Asil, Dr. Dhafar, and past President John Mawad. Okay, so at that, I can, Sheikh, would you like to conclude the meeting, or should I do it?
I don't know what to say other than the fact that it's been a pleasure having everyone here today. I look forward to seeing you all at some point in the future, but it's always helpful to be here and supporting the club. And it's great to have these speakers coming up with us. And by the way, Faisal, we want to get the glasses, what do you call them? If we could get some more information, let's try to get them.
I think it's this Sunday, isn't it? He mentioned the actual eclipse.
Sunday at 8:30. So inshallah, if we can get something before then.
I just wanted I'll have to find out.
Share the webinar, Bad. The webinar.
Definitely, yeah. He said there's like an invitation to one of those things. We can share that as well.
Nice.
Apologies, Faisal. I have to leave.
Yeah. We're concluding the meeting now.
We're actually done. So thank you,
Sheikh.
everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
All right.
Thank you for joining, everyone. See you next time, inshallah. All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.